Hello and welcome to our topic 5 blended assignment. So first off, we're just going to talk about conflict and negotiation really quick. First off, we have two different types of conflict known as substantive and emotional conflict. First off, substantive is a conflict as a result from a disagreement regarding the goals or the process used during a certain task. So this is internal conflict within a company caused within the company. And an example of this might be that an employee might have to stay overtime working on a project, and that might just create a conflict within the work system. An emotional conflict is when it's more of an external personal reasons behind it, but employees will, like whether that's in their family life, they'll have conflict, but then bring it into the workplace and show emotions like anger or frustration, something like that. An example of that would be that an employee might be going through a divorce and they might bring that problem into the workplace. An example of how a substantive conflict might turn into an emotional conflict is if we take the example from before, uh, someone might have to stay overtime, but by doing that, that might create friction at home as they're not home with their family, and that might cause family problems.
And for intrapersonal conflicts, there are three types. So the first one is approach conflict. This is when the person must choose between two positive and equally attractive alternatives. And for avoidance conflict, this is when a person must choose two negative alternatives. And approach avoidance conflict is when a person must decide something with both a negative and a positive consequence.
There are 5 direct conflict management approaches, and they are accommodating, compromising, competing, collaborating, and avoiding. The best approach depends on the situation and people that are in it, because some people would rather like collaborate or like compromise on the situation, or other people would just like avoid or accommodate to the other people. And a negotiated agreement is most likely just compromising, so everyone gets a little bit of something that they would prefer. And a situation where someone doesn't like to have confrontation or is nervous could result in avoidance of the issue.
All right, going into communication. So talking about communication channel methods, the richest form of communication is face-to-face. This just provides the best opportunity to express opinions and information about a certain matter, and allows you everyone to connect on a better level than any other form, like or like a phone call or Zoom might for someone. Face-to-face is always the best. And the reason why you'd want them, or an example of when you would want to do this, is just with the most important thing. So company changes that will affect the company, or looking at the future of the company, is always important to do face to face, as these are big decisions that will change a lot of things and affect a lot of people. So having it face to face is the best.
And then 5 examples of noise in communication include interpersonal barrier, which is when personality issues and personal bias occurs, and physical distractions, when movements, conversations around you are happening. And then environment noise is when sounds in the environment, such as the air conditioning or the radio, is going off, a dog barking. And then semantic barriers is poor choice of words and mixed messages delivered when someone might interpret it in a different manner. And then cultural barriers is cross-cultural communication.
It is important to understand your employees' nonverbal communication if you're a manager, because they could be afraid to speak their mind for multiple reasons. One of them being that you're the manager, and they could have uh, the perception that you don't care about their opinion, and yeah, just multiple other reasons for that. And then active listening, reflecting, and probing could also help create a better overall relationship in the workplace, because it lets people speak their mind and have their thoughts and opinions valid, which overall makes them feel like a better part of the company.